It's now time for another episode of the Offroad Toolbox, a Jeepers guide to everything off-road, powered by Best Price Trailers.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. So before we even start, we got to thank our sponsors.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. We wouldn't be here.
B&B Fastener Supply.
Yep.
They hooked us up with the tools that we need for out on the trail. Plus for teaching, you can find them at bnbfastener.com. Also, we got Best Price Trailers. Best Price Trailers gave us a trailer that suits us just fine.
Yes.
It's compact. It does what we need it to do, holds all of our gear. And you can find them at bestpricetrailers.com.
Yes.
And of course, one of our major sponsors, Mr. Randy Dye himself at Dodge, Daytona, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and the Daytona Garage, they're always working with us for classes.
That you can buy your Jeep and then get it modified right there.
Yep.
Get everything done in one stop. Get your training.
Yes.
Oh, and real quick, we might as well mention this. If those are watching on our YouTube channel at Jeep Beach Official, that's where you can see us if you're listening to us at Jeep Beach Official. Yep. And as far as listening to us, your favorite podcast platform, Spotify, Apple. There's a bunch of them out there, but those are the two big ones. Anyhow, I know we used to have an intro that we would run.
Yep.
But now we just going to get right into it.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, we're just getting into it. What are we doing today?
Maybe we'll talk about a little bit of suspension tuning. What do you think?
No. Yeah.
Nope. Yep. Nope.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm thinking about it,
Now, what do you mean by tuning?
By tuning is figuring out more so what type of articulation do you want? What kind of ride do you want? Do you want a soft ride? Do you want a hard ride? Do you want a swaying ride? Do you want a stiff ride? I mean, there's ways to tune your suspension to make it work the way you want it to work.
I mean, by tuning and by buying a particular brand?
Well, there's certain things that you can do. It's like, okay, I'll take, for instance, the track bar disconnects. You can set the length on that, which will change how soft of a ride it is or how stiff of a ride it is.
Okay.
You can get the adjustable arms. Now, if you're stock, you're stuck with whatever the engineers designed for you.
Okay.
You're gonna have to go out and, without a doubt, get aftermarket, whether it be extendable. Hey, Rudy, how you doing, buddy?
If you don't know, Rudy's
Rudy's
our
making an
mascot.
appearance.
Rudy's our dog.
He came over and licked my finger, and I'm like, "Ooh!"
He probably wants treats.
It's Rob's dog.
Yeah, Rudy, hey, come here, buddy.
It's great.
Come on over here.
We're dog people here.
You see, it's almost time for him to eat, so he's getting ornery. I got treats.
But yeah, suspension is not a one size fits all. You can customize it to make it fit what you're doing. If you're traveling on the highway, you don't really have to have a whole lot of changes made.
No.
Because it's already designed for the travel down the highway or just on your local roads. Now, if you're going out in the woods, it'd be nice to have a little bit of a softer ride. Like if you're going down the washboard.
I was just thinking that. So if you're living out in some of the rural areas where there's a lot of unpaved roads, and different times of the year, it can be, again, the washboard, or it can be all mud.
Yeah.
So again, having the right suspension and right tires tires are part of your suspension. But let's get into it's going to be shocks,
bump stop, and basically your sway bar.
Yes,
those are your main three parts that you're going to look at.
Correct.
I mean, if you look at the trophy trucks that are out in Nevada and all that, when they're running alongside the road, and they're hitting bumps and they're just straight on.
Yes.
And then the suspension is really working and it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
And it's designed that way.
But those are expensive systems.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you're talking $100,000 just in shocks.
That's crazy.
But it does what it.
Yes.
Could you imagine trying to go down that road and you're doing those kind of whoop-de-doos?
Nope.
You think you hurt now?
Oh yeah.
There is not enough foam in the world to sit on.
Oh no.
That would make it enjoyable.
True.
Just think back in the day with the Jeeps, and even not just Jeeps, but the leaf springs,
the Bajas.
Yeah.
I mean, but even the Bajas, they were able to tune them to a point by shocks and by the springs. Did they get us? When you look at springs, you usually 7 leaves. Usually on a normal vehicle, they would take it down to what 3 and 4 sometimes, which would give it the spring, more of a
bounce.
spring bounce
more,
instead.
yeah,
then they would
ride.
then they would use the tunable.
Because most of the time they're going straight.
Right.
So going straight, you just want this versus when you're coming into turns. That's when you start adding turns, these turns at high speed.
You need stiff.
That
yeah,
again,
you need stiffer ride.
everything changes. Yeah.
Just like a stock car.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and that's another thing. You can look at NASCAR and you see them putting wedge and all this in there.
Yes.
That they're tuning that suspension to get it around the track.
So what kind of products are there out there? Do you have
As far as
just as far as tuning? You're talking
you
about?
can get like a rock jock. God, my brain.
Bump
just went-
stop.
No,
Or they-
rock jock.
lift.
No.
Stabilizer.
Can't think.
I can't think it.
Well, it's rock jock. Okay.
Rock jock is for your travel of your tires this way.
Okay.
Okay. It's a bar that goes through, then it has clamps with an arm, and then you adjust that plus your arms going down to your suspension.
So you can adjust all of that stuff.
Yes.
You dial actually physically. There's a
you
dial.
have to you have to pull it off and adjust it that way.
Okay. All
So basically, you would go out, try a trail somewhere for 5 miles, do what you want to do. If it doesn't work, you come back and you adjust it to what you need and what you want. But then again, you're tuning it for one certain place.
Correct.
Whereas
Yes.
us, we want best of both worlds, which sometimes is easy, sometimes it's hard.
So the people you'll see a lot of people on YouTube and other channels that are in North Carolina. They're in Tennessee, and they have their Jeep set up strictly for that type of terrain.
Yes, they got those wheels to where they'll tuck up underneath that one side, and that
Yes.
other side will drop. Droop is
Yes.
what's called is droop all the way down without the spring coming out.
Yes.
So
And we don't have that here in Florida. So the most we'll travel to other states, but we'll stick to trails because we're going to highway drive.
Right.
Where a lot of those, some of those are even trailered.
Yes.
They just trailer their stuff and then
I wouldn't want to drive one of those down the road.
No.
Go around. Getting off on. Can you imagine getting off at one of the exits on one of those? Be leaning way over.
Sway bar.
Yeah, that's rock jock sway bar. That's what
That's
it
it.
was.
You're talking about because so like with the Rubicon, you push a button, you have sway bar disconnects. On other vehicles, you have to get the release and put the release in.
Pull the pin and
pull the
Pull the
pin.
pin. That's what I've
pin.
got. Yeah.
Yep.
Pull the pin, and then here's the thing too: is that they would flop. And
Yes.
when you have the in front of the bumper, the whole thing would just kind of flop down and be real loose.
It
And
would
I'd have to
bang.
get the bushings. I'd have to get.
Yeah.
If not, what I do is I would bungee cord
Yeah.
inside so it stays and it doesn't move.
Well, that's what they're doing now. Is when you buy the kit, usually there's a place that will mount on the frame that your sway bar disc or your sway bar arms that go down to your suspension to your axle will actually come up and pin into the firewall.
That's what you want. That's
And that's what you
ideal.
want.
Yeah.
And of course, over time they break, but you can always get replacement parts for it.
Sure.
So, real world training, tuning, suspension wise, like I was saying, is, depends on what you're doing. If you're going 100 miles an hour down the road, you're going to be hitting whoop-de-doos and all that. You want that soft ride.
Yes.
If I'm going down the highway, I want a normal ride.
Yep. But you can also add airbags.
Oh man, now you're really talking. That's just some airbags and a lift kit.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially for trailering. If
It's
you're trailering.
Trailering. Okay.
If you're trailering and you
right.
want to do it, or if
No.
you overload your vehicle, I'm getting to the point where I carry so much gear that I might want to think about doing airbags.
Speaking of which, with the Offroad Toolbox trailer, Jeff, that I know that you have been kind of tinkering with your Gladiator, pulling the trailer.
I haven't pulled it yet.
No, okay,
I need to.
it's getting
It's
close.
been-
We've used not with the Gladiator. You pulled it with other vehicles.
Oh, I could pull it with anything.
Yeah, I know.
But I want to pull
but
it
you've
with
changed the Gladiator. You've added some tires.
tires and a little lift
Right.
and a little few things.
Yeah,
But
so-
that's one of the things I was thinking about was putting the helper bags in.
Yep.
Just so,
Helper bags.
yes.
Okay.
But there is such a thing as AccuAir that does airbag lifts.
Yes.
So,
And on some of those, 4 to 6 inches, you can raise your vehicle.
Yeah.
So you can have a 2-inch lift, but then also hit the button.
and now you're up to 6 inches.
I know.
Yeah, no. I like it, but I don't like it.
If you're going if you're going down the road,
If you're going down the road,
Yeah,
it'd be
I mean,
great.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
for us in the kind of stuff that we do, I don't know how well it would last.
I don't know either. That's why
I mean,
I don't
they
have
say
them.
that they say the bags will last for a while, but
Yeah.
we run all over sticks
Yes.
and whatnot. That's
True.
Plus two is we got the hurricanes coming.
Yeah.
And you're crawling, there's roads that you can't get over. You got to go through the brush.
Yeah.
Pop that. Now you're down on everything. So
You're back to
nothing.
Yeah.
You're rubbing.
So for me, when I had my first lift, now I've got the Fox shocks that I had, but I had Old Man Emu, but I have the 2.5-inch Old Man Emu lift. But when I told them how much weight I was going to carry,
they went to a 3.
They actually gave me the shocks for the 4-inch lift.
Interesting.
Yes, and some of the shocks were by the lift.
So Old Man Emu, they do 4-inch lifts?
Yes.
See, I thought they only did like a 3-inch. That was it.
They
because
did it,
that was the rule.
The 2 to 2.5 for America. For over there,
Yeah.
For America, they do the 4-inch.
They do 4-inch for America.
So when they saw everything I was putting on, because that's one of the questions, like how much weight you're going to do everything, and they're like, okay, we're going to recommend the shocks we have for the 4-inch lift because of all your weight. And he goes, you're going to have a little bit of a stiffer ride, but it's going to compensate for all the gear you carry.
Yeah, because
the bumpers, everything.
Yeah.
And it did. It made a difference. Big difference.
But let's see here. Manual versus electric disconnects. Rubicons, they have the electronic disconnect in them. None of the other Jeeps do that I know of.
Nope.
So that's one thing you don't have to go out and crawl on the ground and disconnect it. And
hit that button.
And away you go.
The downside, though, of course, is when they don't work.
When they don't work,
is there a bypass?
No, when mine did, I actually had the little disconnect. It broke, and they had to re-weld a new arm on it, and we're good.
Speaking of, there's sensors, is what it is, right? It's a sensor.
It's a sensor that it's two pieces that meet in the middle, and in the middle is your little sensor, or not sensor, but it's an actual gear that disconnects and unlocks. So to get it back, you got to be on level ground.
Yes.
And sometimes you can't find level ground out where you're at, so you have to wait until you get back to the highway. Yeah. For the manual ones, the hard part about that is one, you can disconnect it pretty easy.
Yes.
But getting it back on, once again, you got to be on that level spot. You're going to be laying on the ground, so on and so forth. So
right. Okay.
That's why I would want something like a rock jock.
Yeah.
That way it's tuned. I can set it for both.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And like you were saying, you're going to have to adjust for armor, your gear, and all that.
Trailers.
So when you're getting lifts and whatnot, this is something to ask them is, I'm planning on doing X, Y, Z. What do you suggest for me to have for that to achieve what I want?
Yes. Know that going in. So, but a lot of times when you get into the Jeeping world, you don't know how far down the rabbit hole you're going to go.
This is very true.
A lot of people start off, we're just going to do this. We'll just add a bumper. We'll add maybe new tires, and then we're going to get the lift, and then
it's an addiction.
You go through it versus again. Hey, when you think about it, plan ahead, and then build for your plan.
And like we said, always research.
Yes.
You can reach out to any one of the manufacturers. They're wanting to sell you product. They want to talk to you.
Their job's to sell.
So you tell them, hey, like Bart was saying, Old Man Emu, they asked him this, and this, and they hooked him up with what he needed.
Correct.
And he hasn't had a problem since.
And they lasted over 10 years. That was the issue. They're like, holy macro. And then when it came time to rotate out shocks, everybody wants to go to the Fox reservoir shocks.
Right.
So did I.
But in reality, do you need a reservoir shock?
That's what I'm contemplating, because the Old Man Emu did that good.
Right.
But now that I have them, and again, we come to Jeep Beach. We work everybody who goes there. Everybody, if you show up at Jeep Beach, we're going to be like, the Middle East carpet traders, man. We're there. And I was buying a lot of rugs in the Middle East, so that was always the joke. I was always finagling everything, jewelry, whatever, finagling. But I was always working the deals,
And I was the Comshaw king on the ship.
Yep, same thing.
I've walked away with leather jackets, brand new boots, new uniforms.
Yes.
I mean, it's just in the nature.
It's a talent. You got to do it,
and it's fun.
And some of the vendors that come to Jeep Beach, they expect it. I mean,
they do.
Don't beat them up, but be reasonable. But again, look around. And I've told many a vendor, if you're going to come here and charge retail, you're not going to do as well as if you're going to give deals and give specials.
Exactly.
And then every now and again, when you get something good, really promote it and sell it. Do you want to sell 2 or 3 of them, or do you want to sell 50 of them?
Right. And two is now we got the electronics they're carrying with us. Don't be afraid to use it.
Price shop. And
Price
actually,
shop.
some of the bigger, shops will, and actually that's what I did is I went around getting bumpers, getting everything. I price matched and went all the way back. And then again, I dealt with Garrett Hickson from 4 Parts when he was there. And he goes, go get your best deal and I'm going to beat it. And we did. And then it's just been that camaraderie since then.
And I'm going to say this, when you're doing it, take into account shipping. Because you might be able to buy something off the West Coast
Correct.
for $50 cheaper, but you're going to pay $50 in shipping to get it to you.
Versus, yeah. And then, like I said, a lot of it, again, go to all these shows, go to all these Jeep events, and then you'll see a lot of times you can take it home with you. I mean, I had to go and bring my trailer and throw all the tires in my trailer just because I got a good deal on tires.
Yeah. But yeah, all these suspension stuff, reach out to your manufacturers, talk to them about it, tell them what you're doing. You can probably pick it up at Jeep Beach whenever they come into town. I mean, it's.
Here's another thing too: is that I imagine, well, I know there's going to be some vendors at Jeep Freedom as well.
Oh yes,
can't forget about them. For those who are West Coast and who can't make it to Jeep Beach, and there's a few of them, but then those they can make it out to Jeep Freedom, and I think some of them are. It's picking up steam as we talk. Yeah,
good.
Oh, yeah,
good. I haven't, like I said, I've been so busy. Not enough time in the day to get everything done. I need an 18-hour day.
And go to your Jeep groups, your Jeep clubs.
Yeah.
Go on trail rides. Go to your events.
Go look at what other people are running.
And find out what mistakes they made and learn from them. You'll learn a lot because they'll say, I wish I'd have done this. Or I wish I'd have done that.
Learn from me.
Oh, we all did. It's been a continuous, and then as products evolve. So suspension's always evolving.
Yes.
Again, electronics always evolving, shocks, recovery gear, always. I mean, you still have kinetic energy ropes, but
the designs may change a little bit. There's safety factors added into it. There's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you can change. You can take and make that ride like a Cadillac, or you can make it ride like a buckboard. Your choice.
True.
So with that, I think that's about it for this subject.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we're going to catch you next week. See you then.
And there you have it. Don't you feel smarter now? We'll drop more knowledge on you soon. Thanks for listening to the Off-Road Toolbox, powered by Best Price Trailers.